Okay, we are going to try again. Saying a little prayer here that things work out. Let's see if it's going to take me. Hey, I'm flipped the right way. This is only the fourth time me trying to come, but yay, we did it. We can do hard things. Goodness gracious. Well, you can probably see, I don't know if you can see, I'm all dressed up. I bought this dress when we went to Maine for retreat, and we stayed for a couple of extra days with a few of the girls. And I'm all dressed up because we are going to celebrate Alexis tonight. She is, this is her second full week of school, and she is being inducted into the National Honor Society. So she said that it's the regular one, the regular National Honor Society. I don't know what that means. But then she's also getting inducted into the math, the science, and the social studies National Honor Societies. She has straight A's across the board. She's taking 3 AP classes, which are advanced placement for college, and she has the opportunity at the end of the school year to take the AP exam for college credit. Now, she did that in her junior year, and she knocked computer science off the list. She got a 4. To pass, you need to get a 4 or a 5, I guess. And most colleges will take a 4 or a 5 if you've taken them in high school. So can I just tell you, I would like to take all the credit for it. Debbie Bacon knows this, right? Debbie, you've met Alexis. You can see it's not me at all. She has such a great work ethic. She's in her room doing homework till midnight with these college classes in high school. She's working so hard for it. So I'm so very proud of her. And tonight I get to go celebrate her. And of course, today I'm trying to do my live and get off early, and that's when nothing works, you know. So there's that. And I booked a cruise with a friend today. We're in January, in the middle of winter. I am going on a cruise out of Texas with a friend, and we're going on a crafting cruise, which I'm excited because you never know, maybe someday I'll be able to host one, but I thought the easiest way to learn about it was to go on one, and my friend Jennifer is hosting one, so I'm all excited about that. And it turns out, in a surprise victory, today I put out a request. Oh, it's a celebration. You mean for Alexis? She made National Honor Society in 4 different topics. So she said the regular one. Forgive me that I don't know what that means. And then she said math, science, and social studies. So she's going to have 4 different chords at graduation her senior year. It's to do with her grades, but also community service and how much we all give back. I mean, it's part of our family thing. We just love to give back. In fact, I should tell you, I heard from one of my partners with Stamp Out Breast Cancer, and we are getting started on designing this week for the Stamp Out Breast Cancer annual fundraiser, and more details will be coming out about that. If you're local to Massachusetts, we have an in-person event on the last Saturday. I think that's the 29th of October. So mark your calendar. The hall's been booked. I paid for it already, so it's good to go. Everything that day is donated, so we don't take a profit. And whether you donate online or you come in person to actually make cards that day, 100% of the money that comes in goes right back to the charity. In fact, we have it set up so that you have to donate direct to the charity, and then we send you tutorials afterwards. It's a great event, and I will be sending out that information as soon as I can get designed. So with all that, today I put out a survey on the creative group and said, okay, which thing would you like me to demonstrate with today? And it has to be on the fly because I had no time in my day today. But Trimming the Tree 1, which I'm surprised because we've played with that before. I think it was 2 weeks ago when we showed how to heat emboss and how to layer your images with heat embossing. But today we're just going to play with the bundle itself, okay? So I'm going to flip the camera and we'll take a look at the bundle. And I picked a designer paper to go with. Celebrate Everything. It is a hostess only reward item. It's only $18 as a host. I paid $30 for one of the packages here, and then as a host I got the other one for $18 off of my host rewards. And we'll look at the colors. They're so beautiful, and you could use them for any of the upcoming holidays. I like that they're bright. We have a lot of regals in the holiday selection, but I'm digging the bright this year. So hang on, let me flip the camera. Ugh, maybe not. There we go. Ta-da. So I cleaned out this week, and we packaged up. Oh, we want to see my cards? We packaged up probably, I don't know how many hundreds. That many cards, and I started cleaning out. Hang on. So this is my new shipping station. It's just in my dirty, dingy old garage, and it's not even mine. My mother-in-law was nice enough to give me half of the garage to work in. And then I had a whole bunch of shelving on this side of the room, and we got it was so ugly, and we got rid of it all, but now I still have to clean out all of the stuff over here, but at least we have worked it down to almost nothing. Isn't that cool? So you could have a dance party out there. It's so open and wide, so I can't wait to finish cleaning all that out, but I had to start somewhere. So this weekend I threw out so much stuff, and I think I found something like 250 bags, like handle bags, like gift bags, which is good because I'm always looking for them. I think when the pandemic started, I bought a section of them, and then they got covered up by stuff that came into the garage, and then I never saw them again. But anyway, let's take a look at this bundle. This is the stamp set, and I like the way Stampin' Up! Has changed their setup. I know that you can't read it straight here, but you can see what the sentiments say and then figure out which one is which. I mean, it's not that hard. But I like that they give 2 pieces of plastic, and I keep the thick one to lay over the stamps and close up. I think that was a good engineering thing. And of course, I have some basic white here for us to cut once we get moving, but I wanted to talk to you about the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. I don't know if you heard the duck quacking, but that is my husband's ringtone for my daughter on his phone. So she's just getting out of school. Basic black, crushed curry, granny apple green, Pacific Point, polished pink, pool party, poppy parade, and shaded spruce. Now, I picked this primarily because I want to do Christmas with it. So maybe we could do shaded spruce, Pacific Point, poppy parade, black, pool party. I like those. So let's take a look at these. Oh, I got 5 new comments here. Let's see, 5 new comments. Hey, Carol. Hi, Sharon. Oh, good to see all of you guys. All right. So I'll take this and put it off to the side for a second. I usually have a chair there, but on the floor it goes. I have a whole package of this stuff, and it's already opened, and it's in pieces. It might actually be 2 packs. You get so much. You get 4 sheets of each design in this package. So it's like designer paper on steroids. It's got so much. I like this pattern. So I'm picking out patterns to go with the Christmas tree. So I'm going to do this one. And boy, that's kind of cute, huh? All right, so we'll keep that one. I'll put those to the side for now. Oh, look at this guy. Green, definitely. And I love the leaves. So this is good for all different times of the year. Hey, Trisha, welcome. All right, I have a whole lot of not snowmen, those things right there, pumpkins. Okay, looks like 4th of July to me, but I do like this side, so maybe we'll use one of those. We're just going to do the design process from scratch today because I had 0 time to prep. This has a tree in it, and it does have trees that might look good with our trees, or maybe we could color this because it's black and white, and the back side's green, so I'll take 2 sheets of that. Oh, look at the bows. I see presents. Oh, and I like the back side of that too. See, that's what I mean, like this whole pack. I know it's a hostess item and that you'd have to get to 150, but if you have a couple of friends that all want to place an order, we could even open a host code for you so that you guys can all place your orders, and then when I'm closing it out for you, I can add this as your host reward, especially like let's say you had 4 friends that wanted to share because you get 4 sheets of each. You live local, one person, the host, could get the package as the free item and then split it up for 4 people. So you could get 1 sheet of each instead of 4. That's a really good idea. Let's see. It's very pretty though. I like the Pacific Point too. Very Caribbean. I already pulled a whole piece of this, so I'm gonna put it off. So you can tell I liked that one because I cut into a bunch of it. I've already run classes out of this, so it looks like I'm starting over on the patterns, except that this one I used almost every bit I had, and this one I only have like a couple sheets left of each, but I'm gonna put that smaller amount to the side. It seems less overwhelming than the big pack. So let's just get this out of the way. All right. Hey, Denise. I'm so glad Denise got her retreat box. Was everything in perfect condition? I get so nervous when I'm mailing those out because they're like hours and hours per person, but months of work, all in one little box that I mail out. So when I take it to the post office, I say a little prayer. I might bless myself a couple times just to make sure that, to hope that it gets there in time, you know, in the right spot. I hope everything came perfect. Thank you. Those are like little boxes of love. All right, so new paper cutter, blade. This is the first time I had to change the blade since I bought it, I don't know, a year ago. And based on our old cutter, you used to have to really dig with the old cutter to get it to cut. On this one, it saves your blades if you just glide and you don't like dig when you cut. So that's a little tip. And I don't know if you have one, but some people didn't know that there's we ran into this at retreat. Some people didn't know that it comes with like this plastic stuff on it, and you just use a piece of packing tape to lift it off, and that'll make sure that nothing gets in the way of your paper and the blade. All right, so I cut some white paper, but I think I want to get a couple of pieces of green to go with our dies as well. There's a lot of love in this pack. Let's see. And of course, I don't like to take it off the thing until I'm ready. So there's 4 ornaments. There's these ornaments that look identical, so you can cut 2 at a time. There's a little basket for the bottom of a tree. There's a little, I don't know, ceramic, I would say ceramic pot. Then there's these bows that you can cut for the trees, and they come off, they're all the same, but they come off 6 at a time. And then the bigger bow, I would go behind that. So we need multiple colors if we're gonna cut here. I think I want to start with the green. So how about if we take the green that's in our designer paper? I'm going to grab some shaded spruce. And then how about, since we have it out, we'll go I never forget, I had a lady one time who came in as a guest. I used to do classes, class signups through meetup.com to try and meet local people because I wasn't online at all. And gosh, I didn't even know what the internet was back then. But this one woman came to class and she was like, this Christmas tree is blue. And I'm like, well, yes, ma'am, it matches the paper. And she's like, I want a green Christmas tree. So I went and cleaned the stamp and got her a green Christmas tree. But that lady was a trip. After, there are still people that talk about when she was here, when they're here. So they're like, I remember how cool you were when that lady was like digging into you. I was like, well, what am I going to do, you know? Okay, here is the shaded spruce. And then we have a blue spruce, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, Trisha, I'm so glad you got yours too. If you're here and you got retreat, let me know that you got it because I'll be thinking about you until I know that you have it and love it. And did you open any of the gifts? Because oh my goodness, they were the most unique retreat. I have to say, I think I say that at every retreat, but all of my retreats are themed. So the gifts are also themed. So this time the theme was the Roaring 20s. And you can imagine what some of the gifts might have been. Who gives a bunch of women stuff like that? This kid. Anyway, I'm so glad that you enjoyed everything. I was a little nervous about some of them, or what the reaction might be, but too fun. Okay, so one of these cuts and the other one doesn't. I know that. And I don't know which one is which. So you know what we can do? We can do this until we figure it out. And whatever one doesn't cut, we can make into a card going the other way. Oh, in the little card box. I bet he did, but you know, that one's just for you. It's got girly stuff on it. I loved showing that little box beforehand so you would know how to remake them. The candy cigarettes. Oh my gosh, wasn't that funny? So I did do old-fashioned candy and candy cigarettes. And boy, they taste just like they did when we were kids. I saw a meme the other day saying, I used to I get so stressed out at school, I would chain eat a whole pack. So funny. Okay, so this one stayed attached, the bigger one. And if I wanted to cut it out, I could cut it out with this. And do we want to cut this out or do we want to leave it and layer? So you guys let me know, cut it out or not. And then these are meant to be fluffed up, I think. So let's, I mean, that's just what I'm seeing here when I see it. And I think those are meant to be fluffed up as well. Tell me if I'm cutting it out or not. I'm waiting for you. This one. Hey, Joan. Nice to see you. Welcome. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me on Facebook Live every week. And also, thank you so much for being patient with me today when my technology made me a little bit late. That's one thing you just can't seem to... I think I have a handle on it, and then I can't, you know, then there it is again, giving me trouble. So, that and subtitles. I wish I could figure out subtitles. But it is what it is. I wish, you know, I think this might go easier if I had a bone folder. This one's so old. It was from a center stage a long time ago. But let's see if I feel like, no, maybe not. I was thinking if I had like hit it with a bone folder that maybe it would make those pieces pop up easier, but it doesn't seem to be doing that either. It's so like textured though. Layer it. Okay, so we'll just layer it then. We won't cut it again. I'm gonna, thank you, Joan, for answering. So I'm gonna flip this off to the side And we'll cut this down. Let's see. I just want to cut a little bit off the bottom first. And then we can do a measurement. So how about if we say 3 3/4 by 5? Can you see the top? Here. So 3 3/4. And this paper cutter, the line goes all the way down. Of course, you know, the first time I cut, I must have had it crooked because it's not sitting flat. I'm going to cut that again and get a nice straight line this time. That's because I'm live and I'm paying attention to you. And okay, that can go off to that side. And then let's cut this down to 5. I think that side would be good. I almost want to go back and get some of that sparkle embossing paste. I don't think I have any in the studio though. I bet that would be gorgeous. But now I'm looking at it, and here we go. We'll definitely layer it. It'll need some sparkle for sure, but I want some texture. So I grabbed a couple of embossing folders before I went live, but I think I need the big box because I actually want some sort of leaf. Let's see what I got. I got leaves here. I've got this one. I've got this one. Okay, so I've got leaves. I don't know if you see that easy enough, but leaves. And then I've got snow. I also have this thing, but this looks like it would go with the Yeti, actually. And then I have this one, which doesn't really fly with that because we already cut the tree out, right? So let's pick either the snow or the leaves, and we'll run it through the embossing folder. So just let me know which one you'd like, snow or leaves. And I'll give you guys a couple seconds, and while you do that, I will cut another layer. Let's bring the embossing machine back up. And we'll do some cutting. So snow, leaves, leaves, snow, snowflakes, leaves. Oh, I love that. Okay. So I've got a white paper here, and we can do some more. We know that the this guy will cut that out. Cut it out. I kill myself. And then we've got something for sentiments. And oh, that looks cute. And this guy would cut out all on its own. And if I did the basket, I'd want to do it a different color. But why don't we run some of those ornaments since our tree is so stark green? And maybe bows. But that's good for now. So we'll just play with all these. So all of these come in that one die set that's available this month. 5 snow, 2 leaves. Oh, Sharon, thank you. That is so helpful because you know I'd come back and be totally lost. Okay, so you can see that I cut that crooked. Yay. So we'll leave that alone for a minute. And I'll pull some of these off. What my daughter likes to do is take this over to the glass table and bling it off the glass. And that helps get those pieces out of there. Stampin' Up! Has a die brush that attaches to the take your pick, but I don't have it yet. Maybe that should be on my list of must-haves. Here, let's get rid of that. By the way, there's a trash barrel over there. I didn't just throw it on the floor, in case you were wondering. This, I don't like the way it came out, so, but I do like the white tree. I'm all about that, and that's adorable. Oh my gosh, right like that. Okay, so we have those. And, you know, I am playing with these live and seeing the product first, right when you're seeing it. So it's kind of cool because you know that I'm just seeing what you're seeing. Hang on. This I'm trying to get up because my you can see my cutting pads have a lot of love. They said something on the website about like them being good for 50 cuts. And I will tell you, based on the color and condition of my cutting pads, I do keep this one on the bottom at all times and I flip it over. And then I keep one that's clear that I can see through. But I can't tell you how many times I've cut with that. And I leave it there and it stays forever and ever. Forevermore. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I have this one. And I also have this one. And then I have that. It's interesting that with the contrasting color. Let's see if I like any of that. It's all interesting. Okay, but you guys said snowflakes, so it's worth a second. Take your picture. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. And you know, I have a dye brush still from when we used to sell them, so I haven't invested in one yet, but if you have one, why would you need another, you know? So I was trying to do Alexis's trick on the plastic table, and it just doesn't have the same get up and go, as we might say. All right, so let's bring that machine back in again. And we have the snow. And now I have to reconfigure my sandwich and take the cutting piece out. You can see there's a big black piece of paper. I almost always feel like I need a shim, so this thing has been through so much that it's actually like frayed on the sides, but I don't care. It sits on top of my cutting platform. And it is used profusely. Let's see where we're gonna put this snow. How about, because it's not gonna cover the whole thing. So how about if we just go to where the top of the design ends and emboss that much. And I could put it in between the sandwiches like you're supposed to, but I'm all about breaking the rules sometimes, so I'm just gonna run it through. Ooh, maybe, is that a 3D folder? That's a bugger. All right, hang on, I'll get my 3D plate. So I have two 3D plates. One is from my old machine, and I still have my old machine, it's blue. But this is plate 4. So if by chance you're running a 3D folder, it won't run through with 2 cutting pads like normal. Hey, look at how easy that is. It's supposed to be easy when you put it through. So if you feel like you're pushing, it's a good, oh, that's so cool. All right, I feel like I need to, but I'm going to leave it. Oh my goodness. Oh, look where the star ended up. It's almost at the top of the tree. Isn't that fun? All right. Kind of crazy. Just put that to the side for a minute. All right. We are really working from scratch today. So I also printed out a sketch because I'm supposed to be making a card for Casing Tuesday. I am part of the design team for Casing Tuesday, where they come up with a case out of the catalog and then we make a card. Well, I didn't make mine yet, so that's a thing too. This is coming out really cute. What I'd like is, I'd like a piece of ribbon to go across here, but I don't want it to be huge. So I'm gonna see what I have, either twine or maybe something that's 1/8 of an inch. One second, I'll be right there. I'm looking for my ribbons. would like it to be solid. Nothing in there is exciting me. Sorry. I'm a-looking. Well, why don't we do this? We'll stick to silver, right? But we can do 2 pieces. My studio was so clean now. Hey, Mary Jo. Good to see you, honey bunch. Hey, Anne. Hi, Jean from Michigan. Oh, good to see everybody. Okay, so I got my ribbon here and I cut 2 pieces off. And I'm gonna put some adhesive down the back, which is gonna make my card base sticky, which means I need a card base here soon. But let's run a piece where the line of the embossing folder is, because it's bugging me that you can see it. And I'll just stick this to the adhesive and we'll cover up that line, but I want to put 2 pieces, so let's do one and then we'll do the other. Hey Jill, good to see you, honey. Thanks for saying hello, everybody. You know, it's a huge comfort to know that you guys are here. So when you do leave me comments, it makes me very happy, just so you know. Oh, look, I must have scraped myself. Doesn't take much. Another Neosporin. You should have seen me. I was all bruised after cleaning out the garage this weekend. But it's so nice to get it done and kind of ready to go again. Oh, look at these. They don't want to stick. It's all right. I am a patient, well, let me rephrase that. I am an impatient woman. Stick, darn it. Okay, that's funny. And then this we'll put up on dimensionals and then we'll get this going, but that's going to need some Wink of Stella or something. Maybe, I know that we don't have them anymore, but this is Uniball Stampin' Up. I did get it from Stampin' Up, but you can get these from big box stores too. We don't have them anymore. I'm just going to stick that to that for now because I don't want to have to replace my ribbon. But what about adding a little bit of white snow to these leaves? So we'll do this and then we can wink over it. So this is a Uniball gel pen. You can use a basic white pen on these for anything, but can I just tell you, there is no substitution for a Uniball pen. It is, when Stampin' Up! Stopped carrying them, I cried a little bit because it's my favorite white gel pen. And it does have the coverage and it doesn't seem to run out. But might I suggest Amazon for that? Just saying. Okay, so here's my white. And it really, I could use craft ink or the white. Do we still have the white marker? I don't even know if we do because I don't use it that often. But now that I've done that, I feel confident going back in, and I'm gonna also hit this up a little bit. I love that the star is right there. The star from that, should I like outline it? Tell me if I should. It doesn't really quite go to the top though, that's the only thing. So I'm just gonna do down the sides because we're gonna cover up the middle. So we don't have to do the whole thing, but I do want to add a little bit all the way around. Okay, and then dimensionals for this guy. The new puff paint. Brenda, I would love to do that. I just had to order myself new puff paint because I had some and I needed a prize at retreat and I gave mine away. I love giving prizes away. I really do. No, I don't think so. What was the no, I don't think so? You are not talking to yourself. Darn. I'll have to get better at that. All right. I know. I don't think I have enough dimensionals on there. I could have probably put one or two more, but in the sake of time, I'm going to try and restrain myself. All right, so we got that, dimensionals, and then I'm going to add Wink, because honestly, everything is better with Wink Estella. It's so funny, we were at retreat and somebody was like, well, Selene, what if they don't have Wink Estella? I'm like, if they don't have Wink Estella, I'd be shocked if they're even in the building, because they should if they're, you know, here with me. Oh, and look, my ribbon got loose anyway. Bummer. Bugger, we'll get it. So I got this, and here we go. So this could be anything. You could highlight with Wink Estella. It is the most fun thing to make everything sparkle. You could have no patience and go, but I don't know. I think it's fun, kind of controlled in this, because there's all these dots that are in the embossing folder, so you could just follow it around. So cool. All right. I need a card base, and I don't think that I have any that are thick white. So I'm going to pretend that this is a thick white, because I don't usually, especially for classes, if you get white as a base from me, I almost always use the thick white for card bases, but I don't want to make you wait. So let's score a piece at 5.5 and cut it. Well, actually, let's score it at 4 1/4 and cut it in 5.5 because of the way the card is going. So score it 4 1/4 and then cut it 5.5. And remember what I said, we're not going to dig with this cutter because then we won't need new blades for who knows how long, a year. It's pretty awesome the way the new blades work. I like them way better than the last trimmer. Someone mentioned from Stampin' Up! Today that we, as a company, cut our own paper down to 8.5 by 11. And you might notice once in a while, when you make a card, that you get this little ledge. And it's probably not due to your measuring. They have these big blocks of paper that come in on machines. And then they cut it down to 8.5 by 11. So you might be off by, you know, a 16th or sometimes maybe even an 1/8. And then you get this little lip when you go to put your card together. It's not you. So you're welcome. Whatever the longer side is, just put that in front and you won't notice it. It's like the best little tip ever. Oh, and here I am like ripping this off, but I just wanted to make that tack and it didn't work. This is going to be my daughter coming in from school. So they know that I'm live, so they'll be quiet like bunnies, I'm sure. Although tonight is Alexis's big night. She's going to get all of those. I'm so excited for her. I can't wait to go and cheer her on for being inducted into that many National Honor Society. It's crazy to me. It's because of her 100 mamas, or her 1,000 mamas. Okay. And it's because of her hard work and dedication. There's a lot to it, you know? Okay. So there's the base. I don't love the way I did the dimensionals there because if the ribbon is separated, let it be separated all the way across. If it's right up against each other, I don't know if I love that. Okay, but let's just keep going. So I think the one that's going to fit on this one is Sending Christmas Cheer. And I definitely feel like this is a Christmas cheer card over Happy Holidays. So let's do that. And let me get shaded spruce and some blocks. I know, like making cards from absolute scratch when you don't have anything on the table takes a little longer, but I appreciate you hanging in there with me. let's see, we got, isn't that pretty? I love these die cut shapes for sentiments. They did a really good job with these. Use Scotch tape to keep that trim down. Yeah, good idea. My Scotch tape is all the way in the kitchen though, so I'm just going to keep going. Sending Christmas cheer. This is so pretty. I want to tuck it like in between the layers of the tree. And do we want to put some of these bows on there? I think I'll even like it better than the white gel pen. Oh gosh, yeah. All right. Do we want, all right, so you tell me. I'm gonna put one ornament there. We did bows last time. Do you guys want bows or do you want ornaments? If you want ornaments, I have to find the dies and go do Alexis's trick over on the glass top. Bows or ornaments? You guys vote. And we may not have ornaments at all if I can't find the dies. Oh, there they are. Let me go fling these against the glass top. Bows or ornaments? You guys tell me. Here we go, here we go. And if somebody wants to keep score for me, I think this white did that for me before. Hang on. Let's see. Can you hear that? I'm flinging it. I have like a glass top on my bureau and they come right out. So I bought, when I redid the studio over, I bought wood cabinets. So I have a big shot station or a cut and emboss station or whatever you want to call it. And I put a piece of glass over the top to protect the top of the bureau. And it's awesome. Like if you have something that's like a hard surface like that, you fling the piece that's in there against it and everything pops out. So it is definitely the fastest way to get stuff out. The other thing I do when I know that something's being persnickety is before I run it through the next time, I'll take an unscented, unused bounce dryer sheet and rub the dye with it. So both bows, bows, bows. Bows. All right, bows win, even though we made all those ornaments. Well, that's okay. We can maybe use the ornaments on something else. Here. All right, so I do like those bows, man. Whew. They're cute. Okay, so hang on one second. Lots of little pieces. So we just have to take the centers out. Fling. So I made Alexis's favorite. It was a recipe that I got from Home Chef last year when I was doing Home Chef. It's a mushroom and sausage meatloaf for dinner. So she asked for that for dinner because I told her that I would make her anything she wanted tonight. And then we are off to school so she can accept her awards. So cool. All right, here we go. I'm going to use liquid glue. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, might take your pick. It's on my, oh, there it is. And then 1, 2. This is so much easier for picking stuff up. 3. And I don't have glue all over my hands. Oop, but I do have a bow on me. 3. I lied. I must have some glue on my hands. 4. I jinxed myself right there. Did you see it? Oh, There it is at the bottom, 5. But it is cool because you can go into where you want the glue. Oh my goodness. I just need a clean slate here. Hang on one sec. Just to make it easier to see. And how about some embellishments? Let me grab the butter box. Everybody should have a butter box. It's funny, people were like, well, people who don't watch Mary, were like, well, what's the butter box? Which is hysterical to me, but it's just a box. I think it was Paula Deen and it says butter on it, but I use it to store all my extra embellishments that are open to make it easy to just grab what I want when I want it. And I think because we used the silver that I'm just gonna take the liberty and choose the silver for us because hello, don't we all coordinate? It would be good if we had a silver star, huh? Let me go back. I bet you there's stars in here. Oh yeah, look, there is. Now I have to find silver paper. That's awesome though. Here's close up. I really do like this. Wow. Elegant and sweet. Okay. So that was like longer than normal to make one card, huh? For me. But that's okay. I'm going to come in. I want to cut another quarter sheet so we can keep going here. This one was our mock card base, so let's just keep it for now. And I'll do another 3 3/4 by 5. I hope that I'm under the measurement. You can see, yep, okay. 3 3/4 by 5. And I know I say it all the time, but our paper cutter, the 5 1/2, has a line all the way down the arm, and because we're card makers, and it's nice to have that. And if you go to the fence, it's 6, so it's easy to measure. Like it's the card maker's cutter. Ornaments and bows, ornaments and bows. All right, I want to stamp with that big tree. Anybody else want to see what it looks like? I think it's gorgeous. I think I'll need a couple of blocks for that. Because I want to go twice. Big blocks. So I was started with the D block and then I went up because it was just a little bit small. So I'm working with E blocks here, even though I've got a lot of block there for that stamp. It is what it is. There's glue on that side. Let's go that way. I think I want to start by stamping the insides. And we could probably use the same color ink if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Hiding in daylight. Hey, Carolyn. Good to see you, girlfriend. All right, so I think I'm going to start by stamping off. If we don't like it, we can always flip it over, but it's supposed to be 2 different colors, right? And I don't want to get a different color, so that's stamped off with shaded spruce. And here it is, the full strength. So it's going to provide the dark and light, I hope, in theory. I think it might have been easier to go the other way. Pardon me, I need to get this closer to my nose. Sorry if you can see my noggin, but I just want to see how to line it up. Oh, there it is. Found it. Can you see it? Okay, so I'm going to press and hold. And there's some spots in there that look like it didn't get enough ink, so I'm going to give it that treatment. Oh, and I do. I like the stamped off on the inside. That worked out pretty. I think you could easily also blend it all together. like that and really make some of those highlights pop. So you can see all three colors. You can see the color I'm blending, you can see the base color, and then you can see the stamped off color that we started with, which is pretty cool. So there's all sorts of dimension in there. And that's just the base tree. Wow. I dig that. Okay. Scrap paper. Oh, I love it. Ugh. Do we want to cut that out? Cut it out. Could stick it on something else maybe. Let's see what the die looks like with it. There it is. Oh, wow. Definitely should cut that out, you think? Let me grab a Post-it note. So I know that we had a magnetic platform, and for those of you that got it, it was wonderful and epic, and then they recalled it because they came apart into two pieces, and mine did. Mine died. But of course, I do a lot of die cutting, so the fact that I killed one should not be surprising to anybody. That being said, Stampin' Up, being such an awesome company, refused to say, oh, good enough, and keep selling it. So I commend them for that. All right, so this is the plate that goes so I can cut, right? Then my cutting pad. Then my stamped image with the cut. Did I move it there? Nope. There we go. For those of you that have gotten a card in the mail from me as a thank you for an order, you may have gotten that particular Post-it note, which just has a little poem on it. Let's see. It's very cute, actually. I didn't sign this card before I sent it off to you. It holds my warmest thoughts, invisible but true. And it basically encourages people to reuse the card. Oh, look at how pretty that is. And I love it that it came out with the white border all the way around. That's money right there. Love it, love it. Okay. So, moving all of my big boss stuff out of the way. And we could bring this back in. And last time we did the snow, so maybe this time we could emboss it with the leaves, do you think? I did have that sketch challenge going for this week. Let me see. Oh, this was just a card base. That's really interesting. So this was 5 1/4 by 4, but that would be, oh yeah, so I'm just going to score this. This is going to be my card base, 4 1/4. And you might be wondering what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this sketch off to the side. So it was just a basic card front, a square, and then, so I could do it opposite. I could have the 2 by 2 square be my tree and have something across here in the background. And then this was like a 1/4 inch. This sample was originally found on page 2 of the July through December mini catalog, and we were copying it. Am I frozen? I was, okay. So here we go. I got that. And I've got this. And now we want leaves. So this embossing folder is 6 inches wide. I forget if this is a 3D. I think it is. I'm going to bring it all the way up to to where the line is, where I scored it. And move everything out of the way again. So I'm going to change my sandwich back. I'm going to take the die out of there, of course, and take the cutting thing off because we emboss on this layer. And I'm going to say that I think this is a 3D. So I'm going to take all my cutting pads away. And I'm going to use just the base. Put this on my sandwich. And then add plate 4. If I'm wrong, I'll know because it won't emboss. And then I can just roll it through. Oh yeah, that's right. So it must have been a 3D. It's 100 in Clinton. It is so chilly here. It's really starting to feel like fall in New England. So you probably don't even want to look at a Christmas card because it doesn't feel that way yet, right? So there's this. And what did I do with my tree, silly? Oh, there it is. So there's that. Okay, wow, that's already like looking pretty stellar. I want to see if I can find something sparkly. I know that I pulled out all that designer paper, but honestly, I think this calls for something silver or gold. Or how about snow? This is the, oh, see, I already cut into this piece, so let's use that one. We could use flocked paper, or we could use the silver pattern. So you guys let me know what you think you prefer, and we can go from there. So flocked or silver? Aren't they pretty? So you get 3 sheets of each, and the 3 designs are the same. So you get 3 flocked looking snowflakes, like just like dots, and then you get 3 of these. I'm sorry, 2 each. So you get 1 sheet of each, but you get 1 flocked, 1 silver. So 1 flocked, 1 silver of each of the patterns. It's fun. I wonder if they line up with each other, like, so you could put one on top of the other. It's crazy, isn't it? But they're beautiful and they're so fun to work with. Silver. Well, I only have 1 vote so far on my end, so Brenda Donovan wins. I will go with the silver. Thank you, Brenda. So let's go back to that sketch. Oh, it is stunning. And yeah, I used it for a Stamp-A-Stack at Retreat, and it was like sold out. In fact, when I did the packets to go were sold out before the Retreat kits were. They were gone. It was a whopper class to prep for though, so I didn't prep as many because it was crazy. But all right, so I'm gonna start by cutting a 1/2 inch piece off for that for the sketch, and it needs to be 5.5 to layer up the side of my card base here. Ooh, did you see what I did? Oh, I did that. Yeah, let's go the other way, and I'll push this time. So 5.5. I let it move. I wasn't holding it tight enough. Okay, so that's the first piece, and this one is going to be for the layer that goes down. Now it's at 1/4 inch, but I just like this too much, so I'm going to add 1/2 inch. And as the card maker, it's your right to change the dimensions on a sketch. So for both of these designs, I used too much glue here. Let me clean that off. You can attach them fairly easily using liquid glue. Debbie Bacon, who happened to be watching a little bit earlier, used glue dots behind the designs, but I am being very specific to stay behind the design where you're not going to see it on the vellum. Okay, so I just used a tiny bit of liquid glue. I was afraid with the glue dot that you'd see the outline of the glue dot, but she seemed to have very good luck with it at the in-person event. Okay, isn't that pretty? Ah, I love it. Okay, so now we need another little section to go behind here. Whoop, I touched it too soon and it lifted. Hang on. Okay, I'll put that to the side for a second and let it dry. And then this sketch says that it's 3 by 1 5/8. We have a pretty big Christmas tree here, so I'm gonna go 2. And then I'm gonna cut that to 3.5 to make it a little longer, because I want to make a decorative V in this. So here we go, so we can see. I'm gonna cut to what I think is the middle of my paper, and then cut to my cut. So cut that side and cut this side until the V falls off. And it's typically easier to see with this paper. I don't think it's easy to see anything because it's so pretty. It pokes you in the eye like a diamond ring. But that's that. What do you think of that? Wow. Nice choice on that. But you know what? I think this would work great with both the foil and. So I don't think that there's a right or wrong answer when you're using this stuff. Using more of it is kind of the answer. Because it's just so pretty. Let's see. So I got my little dots of liquid glue, and I will stick that down and let that set up. My goodness. That has my brain firing a little bit about the star for the tree, huh? I wonder if on the cutoff piece there's a big enough section if I can find the dies. I've got everything all over the place, that I could cut a star out of that shiny material. Let's see. I have to kind of start clearing up the table so I can find it. Gotta find myself. Oh, and then I like this too. This was one of the other shapes for a sentiment. So maybe we could use this and put the sentiment there, whatever it is. So we gotta find the stamp set again. Everything is buried on my table. It's making a mess today. That's good. Oh, look. Okay, so here's my stars. And there's, I'm counting 5. There might have been more. Who knows? With everything going on my table here. But let's see if I can find a design big enough. That one looks kind of big enough, doesn't it? All right. Let me get that going. I got a few different things going around in my mind right now, huh? We're going to stamp this. We're going to cut that. And hopefully it's all going to turn out perfect. And if it doesn't, well, we'll cut another piece and it'll be fine. Okay. Oh, it is so pretty, isn't it? I'm with you, Carolyn. I've used it on a few different things, actually. Let's see. But it's also the same thing. It is just absolutely stunning. Okay. There's that die. And we'll put it over a shiny part. And for good measure, let's see if we can increase our odds of it not moving. That's a good idea though, Carolyn. We should try and make one more card. Although I am running out the door for that awards thing, so I can't say too much longer, but we will. So it's not a perfect star on that material. I wonder if one of the other designs has a bigger section. It's enough though, I think. Let's see. So here's the card, and here's our tree. Should we stick with the same color ink for the sentiment, or should we change it up? Oh, look at how pretty that is. I like that. I like the star for sure. Should we stick with the green for the sentiment, or should we like go with a red, or maybe, I don't know, that in color blue that I seem to be pulling with my eye right there? I don't know. I'm waiting for you guys, so you let me know what you think we should do. We could actually pull out more of those, they're called Jolly Pearls, and we could put those on the tree too. So that could be our ornaments for this one. But that star boy, whoo, pokey pokey. Love it. Okay. And let me paint some more. Just when you think it's sparkly enough, I'll hit it with some Wink of Stella. All right, now I need the stamp set, and of course I did bury it on the table. It's funny because I do have one of the projects from that retreat on the table. This was the matchbook, and I showed how to make this last week. So same color, good idea. Let me find the stamp set. I don't know what I did with it. That's funny. Oh, there it is. The ink pad must be under there too. Ta-da. Like perfect pair. I think I'm gonna go with Peace and Joy. Well, I can tell you my meatloaf smells absolutely delicious. I bet you they're in there laughing at me, if they can hear me. Okay, here we go. Peace and Joy. Sometimes if I can't see, I'll put it on anything to make it, just so I can see where I'm going. Oh, that's lovely. I don't even think it needs dimensionals, but you know I'm gonna anyway. And before I stick it down, let's add some more embellishments, which I had right here 2 seconds ago. Ugh. I hate it when my table gets so messy that I can't. Oh, they're right in front of me. Thank you. So this is really silvery to me. So I'm gonna stick to silver and red, I think. This red is more of a cherry cobbler. Oh, did I not? That's funny. I didn't even stick the snow. I didn't stick the tree down. That's funny. Let's put some glue there. So I'll do the red first. And then I'll fill in with the silver. Gorgeousness. Love it. And then we'll just peel the dimensionals off the ends of this. I don't even need it in the middle. Really, it's about the height. It doesn't matter if the whole thing is sticky. It just matters if there's support back there, right? So pretty. I think it needs a couple of more. I'm crazy, huh? These I could go all day with. They are so fun to play with. The Jolly Pearls are my favorite embellishment. Although, what's funny is I don't like my placement on that one. Needs a red one right there. Good, much better. It doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be exactly what I want. So here's 2 cards for today. And Carolyn, I heard you. I will make some cards with the fuzzy paper for you, but aren't they pretty? Thank you so much, everybody. I hope that you're having a wonderful week. I am just about off to go see my daughter, get her awards tonight, and so I won't be around tonight, but I'll be around for the rest of the week. So if you need anything, send me a private message, and I will get back to you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.